Hi, I'm Güvenç and today I will explain my code for task 2.1P and I will explain my solutions in the task. First of all, I will start with the vector class, and so in this task I needed to add sorting functionality to the vector class that I built in task 1.1, and I added two overloaded sort methods. The first one is sort with no parameter. This method sorts all the elements using the default comparer for type T. And what I did here is just I delegated the sorting to array.sort, passing in my internal data array, starting index as 0 and count as the number of elements. I didn't have to write my own sorting algorithm because array.sort already uses uh, introspective sort under the hood, which is very efficient. And also the second one is sort. The second sort is which takes a comparer object as a parameter, and if the comparer is null, it just does the same thing as the first sort method using the default comparer. But if a comparer is provided, it passes that comparer to array.sort, so the elements get sorted in whatever custom order that comparer defines. And now I will explain the tester.cs. What is this tester class does? First of all, the student class implements the iComparable student interface. It has a compare to method that compares two students by their ID in ascending order. If this student's ID is similar, it returns a negative number. If equal, it returns a 0, and if larger, it returns a positive number. There is also null check. If the student is null, it returns 1, and this enables the default sort to work with student objects, which is that test E uses. Then there's a ascending ID comparer which implements the iComparer student, and the compare method takes two student objects, handles null cases first, and then compares them by ID in ascending order with AID and BID. It does the same thing as compared to, but as an external class, and this is used in test F. And the second comparer is descending name, descending ID comparer, also implementing iComparer student. This one first compares two students by their names in descending order using B name compared to A name, and so B before A to reverse the order. If names are the same, it breaks the tie by comparing IDs in descending order with BID and AID. This used also in test G. And now I will explain the key difference between iComparable and iComparer. So first of all, iComparable T is implemented inside the class itself, and the object knows how to compare itself with another object of the same type. It's like nature or default way of ordering. You write a compare to method and it becomes a part of the type. On the other hand, iComparer T is implemented in a separate independent class. It's like an external tool that defines a custom ordering. You can like create a multiple different compares for the same type without modifying the original class. And as an example, the student class has one default ordering by ID, but there are also two different external compares that students in different ways. This is also for the outputs that for the result outputs. Now let me run the output. So .NET run to see the results, and as we can see, it's all successful. And in this output, so as we can see, I run the program with .NET run, and all the 7 tests are passed. Test A through to D sort integers using different comparers. A and B sort in ascending order, C sorts in descending order, and D puts even numbers before odd numbers, as we can see here. And test E and F sort student objects by ascending. IDE uses the default compare to. F uses ascending ID compare, and both give the same result, as we can see here. And test G uses descending ID comparer. The students are grouped by name in reverse alphabetical order, and Vicky first, then Tom and Simon, Richard, and so on within the same name. The highest ID comes first. For example, the 3 wikis appear as 10, 5, and 0. In the summary, all the tests passed, and A, B, C, D, E, F, G, as we can see here in the summary. Everything matched the expected output from the task sheet, and that was my solution. Thank you so much for listening me.